Hello, and you are listening to the One of a Kind podcast, the only podcast that is more entertaining than watching a monkey ride on a sheep. You are listening to me, Cameron.
And Mikael. I like
This
that. I
is
like
the
that.
One of a Kind podcast. Just in case you're wondering where I got that idea from, I have a calendar in my room that's a monkey riding a sheep.
No,
And in
it's
the
a
corner it says, it's just a you and me, baby. Because a you
hey,
is word for
you
sheep.
female sheep.
Yeah, can't, can't beat a good old bit of monkey punnage. So,
Sounds like a
uh,
game, an iPhone game. Monkey Punch.
Monkey Punch. Yeah, that'd be so cool. Oh, have you seen that? Recently I've been obsessed with like Do Perfect and stuff. They have their own game. Like their own little
Yeah,
platform.
yeah, no. Do
I'm
perfect. They are pretty. I do really like the channel. To be fair, it's,
well,
it's really funny.
I the
It's
what?
just like after every time they do something like the pot, like say if it's not even something that good. Say if you throw like a ping pong ball into a mug or something like that, they always get absolutely crazy. Love it.
It's so good though. The one that I can watch over and over and over again is the pool trick shots one.
Oh,
Because
the one where there's that random lady on there. A random woman just like sat on the thing and he's like trick shotting it over him and stuff like that.
yeah, because there's the
Yeah.
one thing where he gets me. He goes pick a hole, and they're like, oh, okay, this one. And he goes, no, I meant over there, and he points like this like golf hole setup that they have, and he knocks the pool ball off the table, and it lands in the hole on like the other side of the room on this like little golf course thing that they have. And it's just like, oh my god, because everyone in it wasn't expecting it. It's like, the fuck, how'd you do this? Oh my god!
That's awesome.
He's like, that guy is just like so cool. But yeah. So we were gonna talk about
Yeah, I don't
something.
understand that. They hire other people to do their like the trick shots for them.
Well, they do.
Don't
They
they?
do.
They get like
They
really
do.
famous people.
No, they do some stuff of their own though in the videos. Like they do some other pool trick shots ones, but they get like professionals and stuff to do it as well.
Alright, yeah. That's fair enough.
Oh, we were gonna talk about something. I've already forgotten what it was.
The Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. That was it. Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So the trailer came out
Mm.
and it looks amazing. Like
It does.
like you could like the sets, the special effects bonus. The Colossal Titan looks
It
amazing.
looks so cool.
I
Oh
just looked at it and was like, oh my god. But
my
yeah,
god.
I cannot.
Definitely watching that. Do you reckon it'll come out to English cinemas? Because it looked like it was in Chinese, isn't it?
It was
Like
all
the
in,
language.
yeah. Like I think there'll definitely at least be like a subbed version online that we can find, but I don't know
Yeah, most likely.
if there'll be like an
But
actual English dubbed version.
mm,
Also,
hope there is.
it feels like it's been so long since season 2 and it just hasn't come out yet. I'm still waiting for it. Just it's like
Of
so far
I'm not
away.
sure if I think no, I have finished it. I've definitely finished it. Yeah.
You finished season 1.
Yeah.
How did season 1 even end? Oh, the woman being encased in the crystally thing.
Wait, is season 2 out?
No,
No, I
it
don't
comes
think
out
so. When's it come
in
out? Do you know?
August.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Because I remember when I finished season 1, I was like, when's season 2 out? Because I knew it wasn't out, but I didn't know when it was going to be out. I was like, yeah, exactly a year away. I was like, yes, this is great.
Ooh.
Looking forward to waiting a year. That's why I love like joining a show that's finished, like because
So you can just like binge watch it, so much of it.
then it's like it's over. Although also when it's over, I'm like, but then there's no more of it. What do I do?
What do I do with my life now?
Although that's the thing, I am really far behind on The Walking Dead. Like,
Well, you know what? You
ah,
know what? Oh
no,
man.
because like
Oh,
when we used to do like the podcast like ages ago, like we were always like every episode, every
on it,
podcast is
yeah.
like what happened in the latest episode of The Walking Dead, and now I'm
Man.
so far
Oh,
behind. I've watched
it's good. It
I've,
gets deep.
I've watched the first episode, and that's it. I think I'm like 5 episodes behind now. I really need to catch up. I'll get around to it eventually, because I also want to watch Better Call Saul as well, because
Oh, that's good. That is good.
but I need to watch it and stuff. Oh, I saw Insurgent, which is like the second of the
Hmm?
Divergent films, and it's actually really good. Even if you haven't seen it, like I'd recommend it because like I didn't. There were like a few tiny things that I didn't understand, but like most of it I got. Like if even if you haven't seen the first one, you can get it. But from what I saw, it was really good. But when the person I went to see it with, I was like, are we seeing it in 2D or 3D? Because usually I'm heavily against watching films in 3D. Because like usually, like because I haven't seen 3D films in ages, and like usually they're like really bad. Like it doesn't look like
Yeah.
crisp because like they want to have the 3D, so it doesn't like they can't make the image as good as it would be if it was in 2D. And 3D was actually really good as well. I was just getting
Really?
proved wrong the entire time. There was a few shots where like the camera would go blurry, and I don't know if that was because of the 3D.
Yeah.
Like if it moved too fast, like it would be moving ridiculously fast, but it still looked blurry. Like the landscape, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the 3D looked really good, and it gave like a really good depth of field to it. Like there was like points when I was like, "Am I looking at a stage, or is this a real film?" Like that's how good the 3D was. I was really happy with it, and I enjoyed it.
I've never been a big fan of 3D. I'm not gonna lie. It's never really appealed to me.
Yeah,
It's
it
because
never
it
really appealed to me, but I'll
kind
watch a film in 3D if it is.
of hurts my eyes. I'm not gonna lie.
It I hear that a lot, and it doesn't hurt my eyes, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I guess that's good. I don't know. I just find it more comfortable just to have 2D on. It just feels.
Yeah. Like I don't mind watching 3D like an odd occasional time, but yeah, 2D's probably the better way to go, I think. Overall. But
Typical guy.
one problem I would say with Insurgent, and it's not based on the film, it's more based on like the actual film. It's very predictable, if you get what I
Mm,
mean.
yeah.
Like everything that happened, I was like, she should do this. Bump, she does it. I'm like, that's not real. Bump, it's not real. It's just like it's like, I was guessing everything before it happened, and I haven't read the books either, so it's like,
Yeah.
there was one thing that got me, and I was like, how did I not know that was going to happen? Type thing. It was really obvious after it happened. I was like, but still a really enjoyable film. Like the effects are really good. There's some good, scene stuff going on. So, like the special effects, really, really,
Really,
really good.
very invested in the special effects. That's what it's like with most big blockbusters nowadays, isn't it? It's all
Well,
invested in
they have to be
CGI
because
and
they have to kind of they have to be the
look
best in
good.
every single thing they do.
Yeah, that's true.
Otherwise, people will think certain things. But yeah, it was good overall. Yeah, there wasn't anyone. Apparently, Kate Winslet was in it, but I didn't know who she was. So
Kate who?
Winslet.
No,
I
I've never
don't know who
heard
that
of
is. I've just heard her name in multiple films.
it. No, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I'm gonna Google Kate Winslet just because I want to know what
Yeah, I was
she's
gonna
in.
say, what else has she been in? Because I mean, if she's been in a few things, then I might
I've
have heard of her.
I've heard her name somewhere. Oh yeah, she was the woman from Titanic. There you go.
What? With
She's
the actual
she's the girl.
Rose? All
Yeah,
right. Oh, all right. Okay,
and she was
that makes
also
more sense.
in Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. If you've ever seen that film.
No, I don't think I ever have.
Not that good.
Just don't.
It was everyone like goes, "Oh, it's this amazing film." It's not. Wait, she was in movie 43,
I've heard of that. I never watched it though.
and she was in Flushed Away.
Plus, I've heard of that definitely. That's the one with the rats.
Yeah,
I like that one.
I wonder who she was in Flushed Away because that was a great film. Oh, she was Rita, the
Oh,
female,
the
the female.
badass.
Yeah. I want to find out who she was in movie 43. She was. Yeah, I was just gonna say, if I see any names from that movie, I'm not gonna know who the hell they are because you don't really. That's one of those films where you don't invest in characters. You just kind of
Watched
watch
it,
it.
yeah.
There's a film that she was in because like if you type in Kate Winslet and like films, it'll come up with like a big bar on Google, and there's a film that she's in that's not come out yet. And it's called Triple Nine. Comes out this year, like 2015.
Yeah.
And like, they usually have the picture of the movie.
hmm
It's just a picture of the guy who plays Daryl in The Walking Dead.
what
That's the picture for the movie. It's just him standing in front of a thing.
what a great film. I would watch that.
Um,
Norman Reedus.
yeah. Triple Nine is an upcoming American crime drama heist film directed by John Hillcoat and
I
written
swear,
by Mike Cook.
isn't Triple Nine like a wrestler? That's where he is.
Not that I know of.
No, no.
No, not that I don't know.
It's triple something. I can't remember what it's. I can't remember. Did you ever watch WWE back in the day?
No, I was not a WWE guy.
Nah. I watched a bit of it. I've never really watched that much, but I thought it was pretty funny. But it's obviously real, so
I watched like the closest I've been to like wrestling is I watched a documentary on one. That was it. That's all I did.
at
I
one
watched a
time.
documentary. Yeah. because my granddad was watching it. I was like, I'll watch this documentary. Wrestling back in the day was like really, really violent. Like there was a lot of blood. It was like
Cage
like
fighting now
like
is awesome. Have you seen ice hockey?
no. Well,
That is
well,
that is that is
I've
brutal,
seen like some violent people where they just like smash people into walls and stuff. It's just like I'm glad
mate.
I don't play this. I would be
It's
broken if I
very
did that.
brutal.
I'd just be like,
Yeah, they just basically they start fights and the referees just watch them fight, and then if the fight gets too bad, they just stop it. So they don't stop the fight to start with. It's
I've
pretty
seen
funny.
like people like. Have you seen the Tooth Fairy, the film?
No, I don't think so.
It's played by Dwayne Johnson. Is he the really buff dude?
The Rock, The Rock.
Yeah. um,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
yeah. Let me check. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. And he's basically like this. Wait, they made a second one? Oh, okay. Apparently they made a second one as well. I'm gonna watch that later. But anyway, he's like this like really tough ice hockey player, and like almost like every game he's in, he knocks someone's tooth out, and he gets like given the
Yeah.
nickname the Tooth Fairy because he just
That's
like.
pretty cool. That's
So
smart.
what happens is he ends up like becoming a Tooth Fairy, and then he has to do like
Right.
the job of a Tooth Fairy to understand the problem of his ways, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Then
but
he
he
gets.
ends up like having an assistant or like a manager who like watches what he does to make sure that he's doing everything correctly and stuff. And it's Stephen Merchant, the guy who does Wheatley from Portal and all that
Who's he?
Shazam.
Wait, who?
Stephen Merchant. Do you
What's
not
he?
know
What's he done? What's he been?
um
No.
he voiced Wheatley in Portal. He was in movie 43 for a little bit. He's on the Ricky Gervais show. He's on Idiot Abroad. He was on
Right.
The Office, Extras. I'm gonna use IMDb
So,
for
so
most of it.
what's the
Um,
main thing he's been? Because I can't picture a face.
um, I'll send you a picture of him because you will. Everyone knows Stephen
I
Merchant.
will.
He's like got one of those
Will
faces.
know. I'm pretty sure I will, but I'll look him up
Apparently,
now.
he was in
Steve Merchant.
Half-Life. I didn't play Half-Life.
I'm gonna die.
But yeah, he's
Steve
really well known for like his voice and stuff. I
Merchant. Will I know his face?
maybe I hope you
Steve
do.
Oh, I do know his face. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I know him. What's else been?
I accidentally clicked on your video and that's gonna play in the background. I'm sorry about that.
Woo!
Oh, you have a new intro.
Yeah, what do you think
It's
of
cool.
the tiny that you heard of it? Cool.
I did see when you uploaded just the hey, this is my new intro. Check it out.
What do you guys think?
Oh, the video title of your video is I'm ill. You're ill?
I was ill, yeah, when I recorded. I'm still a little bit ill now, just like cold, and I had this like throat thing. It was weird.
I had a
That's just why I didn't upload for a bit.
I had a throat thing, and I was on the phone in the morning, and I hadn't had anything to drink, and I woke up, and this person's like, "How are you?" I'm like, "I'm great," and like each word hurts to say, and it's like, "I'm great, fine."
Dubstep.
My voice is on fire right now, but yeah, I'm great right now.
How are you?
And like, oh yeah, I'm great, but tell me more about you. I'm like, I don't want to talk. My voice hurts right now. Did you see the solar eclipse?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool. Went outside of college to watch it. It was pretty cool.
We were talking before because there was a story from my old high school where they weren't allowed to go outside, which I think was really harsh.
Stupid. Yeah.
I was kind of scared that they weren't going to let me do it at my college, so and I ended up being late, so I was just like looking up all the entire way, and I actually got to college before it happened, and we went outside, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, it's done. Everyone go back inside." But so we all went back inside, and then we were going to a script writing class, because we've got to
Mm.
do short drama films, and what happened was that was when the actual solar eclipse looked better after everyone had gone inside because on the way there it did the actual thing where you could like see the crescent and stuff and that actually looked
Yeah.
like really awesome and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And that was probably like so pretty much like
Can I I was expecting it to be like a ours was 90%, like the sun was 90% over the moon. So it was like no, sorry, other way around. Oh no, yeah, the sun was 90% over the moon. I thought it was going to be like a oh, no, the moon was 90% over the sun, and I was expecting everything to go like really dark, but it didn't because of that. And I think it was in Iceland it went 100%, so it would have been really dark in Iceland, which would have been pretty cool.
Oh, there was that. They showed footage of that one place where like literally like all the light was gone, and you could all you could see was like the light of like people's phones and stuff, like taking photos. That
Yeah,
was it.
that's pretty cool.
And then we all we did was we just stood outside college. Like some schools had like like devices where you could like where they had like paper cubes, so you could see like how far the eclipse was and all that
Yeah.
jazz. We just stared at it and like, hey, cool. I was like walking down, and there were these people with like cardboard tubes on paper, so you could see like how far the eclipse was.
All right. So now there was a few people doing it, but I don't really tend to take much notice
Just
what
kind of,
was really happening.
you just kind of looked at it and was like, cool.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, it's pretty cool.
Ow, my eyes are
Just
burning
carried
out,
on
but
with my day.
I would have felt
Well,
really.
what I did is I stood my back to the sun and had my phone out, so I looked in the phone to the
Oh, and
sun.
the reflection.
Yeah, it worked quite well.
I felt like when we talked about the high school thing before.
Mm.
I felt really bad because like they said one of the classes got like in like I think it was like 30 people or so got detention for skipping class to go see the solar eclipse. Which if I was still
Yeah,
there, I would have done that as well.
so would I. It's only right, isn't it?
But like I feel really bad for the people who didn't skip class and didn't get to see it because like
Yeah,
that's not going to happen for like another like 80 years. I think it is something like
10 years, right?
Is it 10 years?
Well, last yeah, it's 10 years. Last one happened was in 1999, I think.
Like it's such like it's a rare thing. I mean, I mean it wasn't like that amazing, but I wouldn't have wanted to miss it if that makes sense either.
Yeah,
Like I'm
something you've got to do, isn't it?
yeah, it's like one of those rare things. I like how someone was like, oh, when the moon crosses, because all the light's gonna go and all this, all the birds are gonna fall from the sky and die, and I'm like, no.
No.
Otherwise, that would happen every night time.
Yeah.
I was like, have you been like reading some like dodgy apocalypse thing? Because like, I was saying this to them. I was like, if
World's gonna end.
I was like, if I ever have children, I'm gonna say that like all the apocalypse stuff, like 2012 and all that, really happened, and I was just such a badass that I lived through all of it. Because you can just lie and be like, yeah, all that
Yeah, it happened.
really happened.
You guys didn't realize.
You know that film 2012? That's real.
It's based loosely based on my life.
See that? There's me in the very far background.
That's a pretty good movie, actually. I do quite like apocalyptic movies, especially zombie ones. They're the best ones.
Oh, sorry to go back to Insurgent, but there's this like everyone in that film kind of just has like normal hair, but in the background of one scene there's this girl. It's really random, but she's got pink hair, and she's like, because they make like a circle around the main character, and she's like
Yeah.
the focus of attention, and this girl who's got like pink hair is like in the inner ring of the circle, and then they cut to a close up of the main character and do like a circle a bit close to her, and the girl with pink hair is not there anymore, or she's like. You can see a bit of her, but she's like moved position because she's like behind someone.
So it's a continuity error.
Yeah, any little one. It's like if you're gonna have like a bunch of background people, don't pick the girl with pink hair. It's like the worst idea ever. Because they just stand out so much. Because like everyone in like this location wears like black, and there's just her like pink hair sticking out. Because it's all because like also the film's about not being unique and stuff. Like everyone. Basically, like it's kind of like everyone there is like, apart from like 5 people, are all what's Jim call it? That thing.
Different.
No, they're like all the same, and then the 5 people who are like called divergents, they're like the people who break the mold and they kill them for being different.
Oh right.
It's a bit like X-Men in a way.
That's pretty weird.
It's like Frozen, if you think about it. No, that was I had to write that in an exam. I was like, Frozen is a bit like X-Men in the way that powers show her being different. Yeah. Movie theory.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I could not tell you how much I despise movie theory sometimes.
Oh no. It's there's no point writing it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff in movie theory, and then there's some like really bad stuff. Like
Yeah, because you go so far deep into it that you can link anything towards the film if that makes sense.
yeah, like we had one tutor, and he was like, right, you see this shot here? I'm like, yeah, and like we pointed out all this stuff, and he goes, Also, you could say this guy is trying to resemble Jesus. And we're all like, what? He goes,
What?
because there's wood in the background and that could represent the cross. And we all just looked at him like,
Yeah.
that is such crap. Like, there's a limit to how
Had that. Do
much
you know
you
one? Yeah. Do you know one on the? Have you watched Night of the Living Dead?
no, I have not.
In the opening scene, there's like a fence. Well, it's just literally just a fence. That's like a little bit broken. And the teacher's like, well, this fence looks like the Crucible. So that means they could be entering like a holy ground, and the whole place is like a holy graveyard. And I'm just sat there like, it's just a fence.
Oh, there was one guy who did this like he does like we were doing like recently we did like this massive audio project for college. Like we had to take a trailer and recreate all the audio ourselves. So we had to recreate all the voices, get make music, create sound effects, which is called Foley. If you wanted to know, if you ever end up having to do that, anyone who's listening to the podcast, Foley is where you create sound effects for
Mm.
films. Anyway, so we had to do that, and I've completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, so we watched this program about music, and this guy went into like the most amazing analysis thing that I never even noticed about Casino Royale. If you so if you ever watch Casino Royale, like you'll never forget this now. Like the James Bond theme tune.
Yeah.
You don't hear that throughout the entire film until the very, very like last second of the film, until like when it like the actual theme tune pops up just as the credits begin to roll.
Really?
And there's a massive theory behind that, because the theme tune of James Bond, like the da 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 da
Yeah.
da do 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 do, that is all. That's basically like that is James Bond, if that makes sense. Like the theme tune is James Bond. Like that theme tune is represented with James Bond and nobody else. And because Casino
Right.
Royale is kind of like a back in time, like it's the origin story of how he became James Bond in a
Yeah.
way. That's why you don't hear the theme tune throughout the film, because he's not James Bond yet. And
Right.
when he wins his Mercedes in the like early card game that he plays with some dude to win a car, and he also when he puts on his like suit tuxedo thing, so he looks really cool, you hear hints of the theme tune, because that's him starting to become the character who we see as James Bond. But it's not fully because he isn't James Bond yet until the end when he goes, I'm Bond, James Bond, and he goes da da da, and it's like this massive theory behind the James Bond theme tune.
My mind is blown.
Like, also the guy who wrote the James Bond theme tune, like he got paid like not that much money for it. Like I think he got paid like £100 to create the theme tune,
Yeah.
because he thought he was only going to get once used through the entire film, and then he watched the film back and was like,
I
this was
feel
a bigger thing than I thought it was going to be.
uh,
So he called them up and was like, hey, could I get paid a bit more money, because I thought you were only going to use my song once and not through the entire film? And they were like, no. And he was like, oh,
oh.
okay.
But
And
the
he's like,
thing, the film made so much money.
no, but wait. Then they went, but if you want to direct the score on the next James Bond film, we'll be happy to let you do it.
So he
And he
kind of got
ended
something
up
better.
doing the music for like the next 10 films or something.
I guess that's kind of like an alright deal.
An alright deal doing
No, no, not bad, not bad.
yeah, the guy who I don't know if he did like any more after that, but I know he definitely did the next one. He did like the next 10. I don't know if he still does it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they making a new James Bond film?
I don't know. I've never really followed James Bond that much, to be honest.
I know, I kind of lost interest. I didn't like Casino Royale when it came out, but when I watched it again, I actually thought it was really good, because I was more into poker at that point.
Yeah. He's just a poker king, isn't he?
And then Quantum of Solace. Oh my god, that film was horrendous. I don't even know what happened. Like, I just lost track of that film completely.
Just kind of was like watching it pointlessly.
Like, no, I was kind of like, I was like, why is he here? What's happening? Somebody tell
There's
me.
no point to this film. I don't know. I've never actually. I think I watched Skyfall. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I already knew like the big spoiler from Skyfall, so I was kind of
Spoiled it for yourself.
yeah, because it's like the big spoiler of the film. And also, there's like the bit when he's like rigging up the house when they're trying to kill him. And I just like was completely thinking of Home Alone.
Yeah.
He's like he put shotgun shells under the floorboard, and I was like, oh, this is so cringy. But yeah, it was a good film overall, though. I liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
There's bits. It had bits.
I think I might go have like watch all the James Bonds now. Just say I have watched James Bond.
Really, all the James Bonds.
Every single one, all in one weekend, next weekend. Actually, I've got Easter holiday soon, so
Can you watch them all in one weekend?
we'll find out.
There's like I think there's 50 of them.
Oh, wow. How far does it go back?
Like it's like 50 years old.
Oh, wow. I'll watch all the modern ones, like post 2000. That sounds more realistic.
Um. Oh well, I typed in how many James Bond films and it says were created after 2000.
Oh,
Um.
well, that's ironic.
It doesn't say. Um.
Well, all right then.
Um. Yeah, it started in 1962 with Doctor No. Um. I've literally got them in order, and there are so many. Since 2000. Oh, actually, I'd say if you're going to do that, start from 1000. Start in 1999 because The World's Not Enough came out then, and that was great. But
Yeah.
in 2000, there was Die Another Day, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. And the new one that's coming out is called Spectre, and that comes out in December.
Oh, I might actually watch it all before December. Just, so I'm in
Oh no, wait.
the mood.
Nope, it's being released in November. Sorry, got the news that it was coming out was in December this year.
Right.
But anyway, just in case you wanted, I'll end the podcast on this with an interesting fact. If you'd like to know all the names of all the James Bond films, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Right. Doctor No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, which is also they use the song by the Beatles, Live and Let Die,
Mm.
The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, A View to Kill, The Living Daylights, License to Kill, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World's Not Enough, and then the ones I already told you before from 2000. Die Another
Mm.
Day, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and then Spectre. I actually didn't know that A View to Kill was a James Bond film, or The Living Daylights. I didn't know that was a. I didn't even know they were James Bond films. Like I'd heard like the really, like Octopussy and The Spy Who Loved Me and Thunderball and all that one. But yeah, never
The other
heard
ones, yeah.
of those two. Those two like kind of eluded me. What's the one where they infiltrate like I can't remember which one it is. I think it's when Pierce Brosnan was in it. But it's like literally they beat the bad guy by just like throwing grenades into his ship and that's like it. Like it's just like a bunch of assassins throwing grenades for like
I
20
don't know.
minutes.
I've not watched any of them apart from Skyfall, so
Oh god. You need to watch. You need to watch Moonraker. The ending to that film is so unsatisfying. When he kills the bad guy, just so unsatisfying. But yeah, you definitely need to watch them.
Mm.
See if you can watch the ones that have Jaws in them. There's this guy called Jaws who appears in a few of them, and he's like a really cool baddie.
No, okay. Jaws.
He's not
Are you
like the
sure it's not
main
the
bad
shark?
guy. He's like a henchman, and he's the guy who's got like his mouth is like completely metal teeth.
Right. Doesn't mean
I,
anything to me.
it's
It's really cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. Really like.
Nah, he's cool. He's one of the few people I associate. Like he's the only bad guy I really remember from any James Bond film.
Is he? Is he a cool one?
He's probably the coolest bad guy.
Top 10 bad guys. That'd be a good list actually. I think it'd require a lot of thinking. I was gonna ask you then what your top favorite bad guys, but then again,
Oh
that
god,
could
no!
take forever.
I'd need like a good hour to think about that.
A good week.
Maybe we should do that on the next podcast. We'll think of like who our
Top
best bad
10.
guys are. Yeah, we'll
Actually,
come up with like a
here's
top
a
10 every show,
here's a question for you guys that I listen to the podcast. Top five bad guys. What are your top five?
yeah.
Do in the comments below if you've got the top five.
And then we'll take that into consideration in the next
Mm.
podcast. There you go, sorted. Okay,
Cool.
I think that's a good point to end the podcast then.
I think it is.
Great. Hopefully we'll be back whenever we do, whenever we decide. And yeah, we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.